We've been at it a long time.
You are. You're total pros. You are total pros. We are live, and we are here with the Flat Five. Hey. Now,
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
2, 3. Yeah, 4 out of 5. Ain't bad, right? And that's when we can just kind of start chit-chatting a little bit. Nobody's watching us yet. They're going to be watching us soon. So I'm going to type in here and say, hey, we're live. Ask us questions, if you please. Oh, there we go. Here we go. It's there are 3 people watching. And so, hey. So now, ideally, it should say we're live. Ask us questions, if you please. I'm Mimi. Let's go. Let's go around. Everybody say hello.
Hello. I'm Scott.
I'm Nora.
I'm Casey.
I'm Hogan.
Woo.
Here at Mimi's Global Cafe.
Mimi's Global Cafe. And if anybody is, whoever, there are 7 of you out there, one of us really loves us right now. So type in, and do me a favor, y'all, and type a comment, because we want to make sure the comments are coming through here. If they're not, it's not like the end of the world, but we want to see if the comments are happening. So do us a solid and post a comment there. But we can see that you love us, so that's nice. So
I'm looking at comments. All right.
Are you seeing anything? I'm also, you know what I'll do is I'm just going to do a little cheat. I'll do a little Facebook, and I'll see if I'll see what the world is saying.
Hey, Linus.
First.
Oh yeah, Linus, it's working. Linus gets a gold star. Linus gets a gold star. Oh yeah!
Hey, it's working.
Wow.
Welcome to our band meeting. It's our band meeting.
Here. Okay, this is fun. This is great. Okay,
hey, Julie Scarman, my friend from Evansville, Wisconsin, represent. All right.
So this is okay. So this is what makes this so fun. I love this because it almost actually feels like we're for real. You know, we're real live. So okay, this is the reason why we're here today, ladies and germs. Look at this beautiful, beautiful new record that's coming out tomorrow. And we are just so excited about it. So first of all, one of the things, I was doing some research, and in my research, I saw that there's a vow that has been taken when you join the Flat Five. There's a vow about being a positive band. And I love that, and I would like to hear more about this vow of being a positive band.
Tell them, Scott. It was your idea.
Well, I don't know if it's so much a conscious thing as just a natural thing, really, to be totally honest. I've always been someone who tends to like happy music. I mean, there's plenty of good music out there that's not overtly happy. But I've just always, I grew up in a family that listened to a lot of jazz and listened to a lot of old records, a lot of early rock and roll, and from a time when there was a little more of a positive vibe on the planet, it seemed like. And I don't know. I don't know if there was no blood initiation or anything like that. I think we just sort of realized that there's just a certain kind of feeling that we want to put out there, especially when we play shows.
Yeah.
But there was never any kind of, like
there were no
deal that we made with one another or anything like that.
Well, we just kind of I remember, I think it was when I brought like the 17th sad song to the band meeting, like, let's do this song because the harmonies are so great. And we're like, there's a bunch of, let's be positive. So, so I went off and made a record called I Like to Keep Myself in Pain. And then the Flat Five did a record called It's a World of Love and Hope. And then the world keeps on turning. Right. I think that's great. It was cool. It was, for me, like a schlep rock like me, it was a revelation.
Hi, Nikki.
So, but yeah, there was no blood. There was no pentagrams involved. There might have been like a shot of espresso held to the sky. But it's really, it's fun to think about that too when we make our live sets and decide what we're going to add to our repertoire and stuff. So.
Well, one of the things that I notice is it's not, a lot of times people talk about being positive and it feels a little, I don't know, it feels a little naive.
It's not up with people, no.
Right. But the positivity that comes through, especially on this album, where there are some sneaky bits. It's not all, sunshine and rainbows.
No, and neither is life. But, but I think it's possible that it could be that, there was a period of time, especially during the 90s, where there was an awful lot of, there was some depressing music on the airwaves, I mean, God bless, those guys in Nirvana, but man, that was a drag. I'm sorry. It was a bummer, man. And it ended as a bummer, and I don't know, it's like, I think maybe,
it was bummer content, but I thought the melodies and the crunch of it was super.
Sure.
It was like, that was a breath of fresh air. I remember in my band, the Jody Grind, we were going to play a show in Chattanooga, and our bass player was like, check this out, and like put Nevermind in the, in the tape deck. And we were like, oh yeah, it was different. It was like, but I feel you.
But it seemed like things were just moving in a certain direction. And it kind of feels like the world sometimes feels like that. We're all just moving in this certain direction. And some people have to say,
Yeah.
Yeah. There's dark and light, and we have to be able to, be aware of all of it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I salute you.
It's true. Well, and you think about like Leonard Cohen, that the famous, the crack where the light gets in. And so even if it's not, it doesn't have to be, a glaring light in your face. It can just be the light that comes in through the crack, but that there's always the light there.
Yeah, but we also don't, we're just people and we just do what we do. I mean, there's not a whole lot of thought behind it, really, to be totally honest. We just kind of do what comes out of us.
Yeah.
And,
and knowing that it makes it fun to find songs that fit who we are and what we do and how we do it and have a positive message, like Paper Cup and,
like I said, it's just like, oh, cool. Like parameters make things wider somehow, when you put parameters on something. So, hey, Jody, what's up?
Hi, Jody. Hi, Mickey.
So
Hi, Suzanne.
So talk about the some of the songs on this record. Like, what of these songs, what would you say is would be like a sneaky positive song or a sneaky positivity, or a song that you might have had to work a little bit harder to get the positivity through?
Oh my.
Well, I think a lot of the songs on this record, I was actually really a little concerned when we were making the album. I started to feel like, man, this is some of the stuff is pretty dark, and but some of the content can be a little dark, but the way that things are chorded and the melodies and the approach that we took to them sort of brought out some of the lightness in it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a few people respond, saying that they thought that this was kind of a darker album. And, Over and Out is definitely one that is, depending on the way this election went, it could have gone either way. And that's a song that I really didn't know. What is this going to feel like the day after the election? Over and Out. Yeah. I mean, the song itself it's kind of talking about this whole thing that we're all going through. And,
right.
When I hear our babies spreading hate like rabies, it's time to say so long and lots of luck.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean I'm, not talking about suicide or anything like that. It's kind of just talking about like, I'll just check out and I'm going to live in my own world where everything's okay.
Right. Retreating. Right.
And, Chris is somebody who's always been able to do that. Chris sort of creates his own little world, and we all do that to a certain extent.
And that's Chris Ligon, your brother, who writes.
Yes, I'm sorry. I know not everybody knows what's going on here. I keep forgetting that. But let's see. I just read a review of the record actually today, where somebody was pointing out about the song. There is a girl in Southern Delaware. Which one?
I don't even care.
I don't even care. I mean, I guess it's a kind of a sad story, but it's just so silly the way it's put together. That it is a sad story, but it's presented in kind of a comedic and fun, upbeat way, and I think that's how all the songs are really.
Mm-hmm.
All the songs are presented in a kind of a fun, upbeat way, except maybe The World Missed Out.
Well, I dispute you there because, and I was going to say, like Chris's songs, no matter what's happening, like we were talking about earlier, how the world is light and dark. And there's good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, The World Missed Out has some of the funniest.
Yeah, sure.
Like there's humor and there's love in there. Like your heart wells up, and like the first verse talks about chewing on a piece of plastic Hot Wheel track.
Yeah, I was a Hot Wheel track chewing little dude.
I didn't chew on the track, but I chewed on the connectors all the time.
Right.
Like we chew on the little plastic connectors. As a kid, you're still teething until you're like 12, right? You're just chewing on it. But then you get to the big finish, but then it's still, the
line that kills me.
I think like his songs just are so put together, so dovetail joint that you get all the light and all the dark and the humor.
Yeah. The line that kills me is, guess I'll fold up all these empty chairs.
That kills me too. Oh, that's the Charlie Browniest.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So yeah.
Hey, there's Jay.
Yeah, Chris Ligon is just such a great songwriter as far as just like it's like little short stories. What he reveals is the little like what he peels off and shows you about the character is very deft. And I don't even know if he thinks about it when he writes. He's just a genius that way.
Yeah, the funny thing about like The World Missed Out, Chris says this is like not about me. This is just about a guy who feels this way. He isn't necessarily that guy.
Right.
He's not on death row in Texas either.
Yeah.
Right.
And Chris is for the death penalty.
No.
Nickly.
Revelations.
It was funny though, when I was this weekend, I was laying on the sofa. I had the record going. I was, I had this open and I was reading it. And how did he know? I'm like, how did he know? Because when you read it in the context of what's going on, you just read the song lyrics completely differently. So you think, oh my gosh, he knew that this was going to happen on Saturday and we were going to be all joyous and all of that. But it could have turned any which way. And when did you actually record Over and Out?
In March of 2019?
Yeah.
2019.
March or June, I think. Maybe
Was it June or was it the June session? Yeah, but 2019 for sure. Yeah. At the Wilco Loft.
Yeah, and I think we had. I think we did. Yeah. Did we do 4 sessions there?
3.
We did 3 sessions at the Wilco Loft, and I think we got 9 tracks out of that, which was pretty good. Yeah. And Over and Out is a song that I don't think that anyone in the band had actually heard the day we recorded it.
Yeah.
It was when Chris wrote the song, it was really only one verse, and it wasn't even a completed verse. This is a little technical, but in songwriting, there's often this form called AABA, which is like verse, bridge, verse. That's sort of how the shape of a lot of music works. And I actually had to ask Chris if he could, if we could make this an AAB form, and could you please write some more lyrics for it? Because it was kind of an incomplete thought. But it seemed like, and actually I can reveal some information about the song that I probably shouldn't be talking about.
Uh-oh.
But
You won't
we
tell
had,
anybody.
but we had an opportunity to get this song into a major like motion picture release
Oh, right.
about a year and a half ago, something like that. Well, I guess it was about a year ago, and they passed on it. He submitted this song, and they passed on it, and I won't say who, but I remember thinking, I think this was a mistake that they passed on this, because I just thought that this song it could be done in so many different styles, so many different variations. And I remember thinking this would be a great rumba, you know, da 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 da, ba 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 ba. So I really wanted to, I kind of wanted to make those people eat their words a little bit. I really wanted to do this song in this style, in this kind of this, real celebratory Latin feel. And so I actually asked Chris to write some more lyrics for it, and brought it in to, I guess, our third session at the Loft. And no, I don't think anyone in the band had heard it. And isn't that right? I don't think anybody had heard that song yet.
Yeah.
Because it was really a brand new song that Chris had written, and it wasn't even completed when he recorded it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and in an hour and a half later, we had this fantastic track that we had recorded, and it was also like, man, we need trumpet on this. We need like mariachi trumpet. I wonder what Doug Corcoran is doing right now.
Yeah, didn't you call him and he was like,
that's exactly what happened.
Chicago with my girlfriend to have dinner or something.
I said, hey, are you in Chicago? And he said, yeah, why? I said, well, we're having a session right now. You want to come down and play? And he said, yeah, I'll be there in an hour and a half. And he came in and played that amazing. First of all, he wrote that middle section. He wrote that, came up with that on the spot, and also played that beautiful solo at the end.
Yeah.
Really beautiful playing. Thank you, Doug Corcoran. Really great playing on that.
We worked him like a mule. Yeah.
For an hour.
Yeah.
And then he was gone.
Yeah, and he was gone. We all had some wine, and then poof. Yeah. So a lot of the Loft stuff was kind of like that. Like, I Don't Even Care. Me and Nora were talking the other day about like that just was our scratch vocal, and we were kind of learning the song. And
yeah,
that's right. Yeah, and the Great State of Texas was a totally live recording, no overdubs at all. That's just the band all playing in a room together with James Conway.
Jeff Tweedy's mic on Jeff Tweedy's couch with Jeff Tweedy's butt imprint. Sat spot, so we found magic there. Yeah,
I didn't see Jeff Tweedy's butt imprint in the thank yous.
It's implied.
It's implied.
Okay.
Yes. Inherent.
So when you
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, how do you decide when you're looking at these songs who is going to sing what, how you're going to harmonize? Like how do you decide? Do you like vote on who gets to do what song, or what's that like?
I mean,
we arm wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We jello wrestle.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been playing together so long and singing together so long, and we love each other. It's so gross how much we love each other. It almost just like kind of like falls in. It's a weird thing. And we know, when we're like, Casey should sing lead on this song. Oh, hell yeah. Like this, it's just whatever the song wants us to do, that's the ultimate decider. But
does Chris ever write the song specifically for somebody to sing, or is it all for the group?
No, and he doesn't even write the songs for us necessarily. I mean, he's just always writing, and always has, and will continue to do so. He's got a new album out. Actually, they're getting the CDs back tomorrow, so he's got a new record that's going to be available next week. And so he just continues writing no matter what's going on in the world or with us, or but I have access to all of these songs. He'll send me his new stuff, and you know, and because we did this first record of his songs, I mean, I didn't think we weren't necessarily planning on doing a second volume of his songs. It just we sort of realized, God, there's just so much great stuff that he's written. We could do another one of these.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes, you know, the puzzle, just putting the puzzle together. How do we make this work? How do we, you know, one of the things that we do is that we definitely try to make sure that everybody gets sort of equal attention. And that's part of what we do when we play too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we're always passing it around. There's certain songs that the whole group sings on, and then somebody gets a spotlight for a minute, and then it's back to the group, and then it's the spotlight on somebody else. And that's part of what's so much fun about it, is that it's like we're kind of like a walking variety show.
Yeah.
Because everybody sings, and Alex sings on this record. Alex sings lead with Kelly and Nora on Butterflies Don't Bite. That's Alex.
I want more Alex. Alex isn't here, so I'm going to talk about him. Yeah, I want more Alex all the time, and we try to get him out from behind the drum kit or singing and playing accordion, because I love
the phone. And
I love when Alex sings. He's amazing. So. Yay!
We can say anything we want about Alex. He's not on Facebook.
That's right.
He's not on Facebook. He's not on the live stream.
Rip his ass.
He's so rude. He's so rude. Alex Hall is so rude.
He's so together.
He's too thin.
What's with that?
He's too thin.
His hair is too wavy and beautiful and thick. He's the best guy. Alex Hall is the best guy.
But everybody's going to sing, you know, everybody's going to sing in the band, you know, on any album. And, you know, we try to just balance things out, you know, like in sort of like holistically. Like it's always kind of like looking at the whole picture and seeing, okay, who needs some attention here? Who, you know, I know that sounds funny, but I mean, you know.
It's like making a mixtape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Linus Lee just commented Alex's vocal thing on Bug Light is so good. Totally.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Alex sings the bass part on Bug Light.
Yeah,
boom, 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 boom.
I don't know. It's amazing how he does all that, man. Yeah.
And he's the engineer and plays drums.
I know, like, because we record when we weren't at the loft, we were at Alex's studio, Reliable Recorders, where like JD McPherson and Cactus Blossoms and all these folks record, and he's trained me to just hit the space bar for Pro Tools. Like he'll be in there like, okay, go, boop.
Yeah.
You know? So because
You're the tape op.
I'm the tape op. Yeah. Oh, I'm waiting for my tape op interview. Yeah, it's going to be great. Well, what happens is Alex goes in there, and then I tell the dogs to stop barking, and then I space bar, and then when it's done, I push the space bar again.
Yeah, but there's always a few announcements.
Yeah, well, oh yeah, that's true.
You like to use the talk back as much as possible.
Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Stand by for live. Stand by for live. Stand by for live. Yeah. So I do love the talk back.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah. Hey, Scott, how's it going out there?
Hey, Scott.
Hello, everyone. It's so nice to see everybody. We see you
Yeah.
in the comments on the side.
Yeah,
It's Edie and Paul, Jody.
I feel like I'm the romper room lady, and I see Tom Ryan, and I see Patrick Hollihan, and Annie Union.
I see Annie and Linus.
I'm gonna go get some wine.
Okay.
And I see
all right, go
Scotty
get some wine.
getting some
Yeah, and everybody out there, make sure that you've got a cocktail. You know, I'm nothing to do with nothing. I just love Virtue Cider. I'm drinking Virtue Cider Rosé because I'm feeling rather pink.
Oh, Nora and I had that when we went to, remember we went to see Brittany Howard, and we had the Virtue Rosé Cider backstage. Do you remember that woman?
I do remember. Yes, I do.
It's delicious.
What'd I miss?
You missed us waxing poetic about rosé cider. So not much, not much. Okay, so I'm curious then, with as you're looking at this album and you're looking at the songs, how do you decide how you want the album to flow? Does that just kind of come naturally from the songs themselves, or how do you put that together?
Sequencing is tricky sometimes. Well, especially with this record with the darker songs and the tempos and I mean, we cut like I get colors, I get different highlighters out for like, yellow for fast and pink for slow. Like it's just a weird thing, but this record, I mean, I don't know, Scott, like it was a little more challenging to sequence this one because of the kind of darker content, and we didn't want to have a little bummer pocket. So we wanted to
we
the bummer,
actually had,
thin layer of mayonnaise. Yeah.
We had actually like a couple of different versions of the record.
Right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
One that was, that the song order just made it a completely different kind of a record, and it was a lot darker.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's this, the same way that that you make a mix of your own or whatever, But eventually, it sort of just reveals itself, I think.
I think Over and Out was always going to be the last song.
Yeah, I think so.
And for me, anyway, it's sort of like working backwards from that was a little easier because, okay, well, this groovy upbeat song is last. We'll put one of the really depressing songs right before it.
I know.
All right.
I mean, the world missed out is it's longer, and it's just like this weird of a piece. Like the world missed out is just such a crazy thing. So we're like, it can only be next to Over and Out, So sometimes you build a set list that way. It's like, here's how we finish, and then you work backwards.
Yeah.
So
The first song and then the last song, and what's the last song on side A before you get to side 2?
Well,
over the record.
Vinyl, it's cool to think about it that way.
Yeah, you have 2 first songs, 2 first songs, 2 last songs.
Mm-hmm.
Anna Marie asked a great question, which I was thinking about too, because if you've got it on streaming, right, then you can play around with the order, and you could have like Another World, the dark version.
Oh man, we could, Anna Marie, we could post the stoner crazy dark version that starts with Girl of Virginia. And when we were at the Wilco Loft, we actually explored one of our favorite records as a band is the Alan Toussaint Southern Nights, and Southern Nights comes in like a theme, and Girl of Virginia, we kind of played around with it. Remember, we had all those we just did all these instrumental little snippets of Girl of Virginia.
Yeah, we have about 12 different little variations on the theme of Girl of Virginia that we haven't used. Yeah.
And
it'll be in the next Wes Anderson movie.
Right. so yeah, definitely. Maybe we'll post that on our Facebook page this week, or in the next week. We'll post the dark version with Girl of Virginia. Girl of Virginia kind of leads as the mood piece, and we had lots of fans of that, like Max Crawford, our friend Max, who helps us with the videos. Remember, he voted for that. I vote for the downer. I vote for the downer stuff.
I think he changed his mind.
Yeah, ask him. Let's have Max weigh in on that, shall we? We can have Max.
Sure,
is Max here? Is Max here? Wait, Max Crawford? Max Crawford.
Open Yay! Hi, baby. How are you?
Okay. So I just came in. So Alex got kicked out and Melissa's the new drummer. Is that what's going on?
That is correct.
I didn't know. I didn't realize.
I got rhythm, Mr. Crawford.
Drummers, man. You can't keep a drummer.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I understand now. Okay.
Thanks for stopping by, Max.
Okay. What can I do? Long-time listener, first-time caller. What can I do for you?
Thanks. Oh, well.
You recognize my voice, obviously.
Hold on. Maybe I'll mute.
Somebody's very excited that Max is on the line because
they hear my voice and they go crazy. What are they going to do?
The dogs go crazy.
They do love him. Come on.
So like us.
Is Hogan letting the dogs out?
Who?
It's always funny.
Always. I've got some hacky stuff working here, man. I've got a lot of hacky stuff. So.
Oh, somebody else's dog just jumped.
That's Ernie's gonna sit up at the top. All right, here we go.
All right.
That happens all the time. If a dog barks, if a dog happens to bark on screen, or whatever, dogs just go bananas.
Yeah, please, people that make commercials, do not put doorbell noises in your commercials. Ding dong.
Or
Hi, Annie.
and no more cell phone ringing in fucking commercials when I'm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in another room.
Just come in, just show up late, and just start cussing.
Right.
Oh,
We had a civilized situation going on here, Max. It was all civilized.
man, I better sign off now. Then
Yeah. Car horns
it's gonna go bad.
in commercials.
All right.
Well,
So
actually, it could be a good. Hey guys, do you want me to share a little bit of one of the videos first?
yeah, please.
Okay,
Sure.
so let's do this. Let's see how this works. Max, you can. All of y'all can filibuster while I
You want me to
set
tell?
the situation up.
I can tell how it all. Are you
Do
done?
it, Max. You
Okay.
talk.
We're going to talk about.
Nora,
Want to talk about drip a drop, or you want to talk about
Drip a Drop. Nora had these great ideas, and Hogan, and it was such a collaboration. Let's say, you know, we went back and forth, and hammered it out. You know, all I really did was kind of help stitch stuff together and put the lyrics on there. You know, the graphics and stuff. I do that for my real job with the Cubs. So on the video boards. So, I mean, I have to give credit to these guys. I mean, I just kind of just helped. So, and the song too, you have to hear the song over and over when you do this stuff. And it's just like, I never got tired of it. That's a good song. Take it away, Mimi.
Take it away, Mimi. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let's try this out. Let's see what happens. And we're not going to promise like amazing audio quality. For that, you know, you have the record. So let's do this. Share the audio, and let's show a little clip, because then I want to hear some stories about it.
Flat 5 After Dark. I love that, honestly. Where's Barbie Benton? Oh, check it out. Everybody dance.
Oh, they got that thing over the top of it.
I like to taste sugar cake in the morning.
Yeah.
I feel so good when I walk out the door. America, we're giving you a warning. We're making love, not no stinking civil war. My baby shakes like King Star.
Scott Ligon.
He rides around the house in just a little top. On his behind, you can set a glass of water. He hurly gullies and don't ever trip a drop.
That feels like a good place to.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that is fun. So tell us about that footage.
I think Hogan knows more. I mean, about the source of the home movies and stuff.
Well, John Connors, who's a dear friend of ours, he's the singer in a band called Bric-a-Brac. What an amazing crooner singer. He's so amazing. And his Facebook, he's shared so many amazing photos of his family, like his Chicago family. And they had like that ideal basement rumpus room bar. And so when we were thinking about vintage footage, I asked him, like, do you have any footage of people dancing? Because he's posted all these videos of it when he's going through his family's films, and he's like, I have 400 hours of videos. And so he sent us these videos, and then Scott Ligon, right above me there, Brady Bunch style, had family films of theirs. And so you'll see that Scott Ligon's little tiny blue shorted butt dancing in there, and Chris Ligon with the baseball mitt.
Pounding that mitt.
It was
Working that thing in, man.
I mean, that song is just such a like invitation to dance around in the kitchen or wherever you are, underpants dance. And Chris King commenting. Max Crawford was texting me a lot during the making of this video, like, can you guys please do a King Tut Drip a Drop mashup? So, yeah, I've thought about
I
it.
highly endorse that, because that
King
song is so killer.
And so I would text Max like at any time of day, married to a donkey. That similar vibe, right? It's for anybody can dance to it. So that's what we wanted for the video, and it's just like we want everybody to dance in their underpants to that song, and it's just so much nicer that it's people we know or their families in the video. So woohoo!
It was fun when that video came out. I remember seeing on your Facebook page people were posting videos of themselves dancing to it. Like in their
bring it. There's still time until
And hey,
that's what we like to call a call to action. Everybody, that's a call to action. We want you to record yourself dancing to Drip a Drop, and please post it on the Flat 5 Chicago Facebook page.
Should we call that a CTA in the ad biz?
CTA. That's a CTA.
For sure.
And I'm sorry, one more thing about that song. The call to action for the people out there that are going to listen to the song. Take note of I almost cussed. Take note of the guitar solo. The tone is just. I'm sorry, Scott. I mean, I'm sorry to embarrass you, but it just slaps me upside the face when I hear that. I love it, and everybody else will too. Okay, onward.
Well, thanks, Max.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It is so good. It is so good. If you look at our Flat 5 Instagram and go back a little bit, you can see actual footage of Scott like detuning. We had crazy footage of him doing that solo that day. He was feeling himself. So yeah. Come on. Sorry, my dogs are restless. The natives are restless.
Natives are restless. Well, hey, let's tell me a little bit about This'll Be the Day, because then we can queue up that one too. We could do another little sideshow.
That one was Hogan's big plan, and that one was a difficult birth because of COVID.
Yeah.
And it was we wanted to film up by this one. I wanted to film. Well, she wanted to film, and I wanted to help. And I bought a bunch of camera gear and tripods and stuff, and I went up there to her Wisconsin area, rural, very beautiful cornfields. Went up there and filmed the car driving around, and then took it back home and edited it, and just went back and forth again, collaborating with Hogan, and came up with that, and then returned all the gear.
I want to talk to you about that. I want to know how to do that.
Yeah.
You teach me how to do that, Max?
Yeah.
Microphone.
Basically, the cost of the video was the gas, because there was some gas involved going up there, driving around, and then restocking fees was about $150. So it's probably about $200 it cost.
Why are you bringing it back is the question.
Well, because I'm so broke. I mean, I don't
We're all unemployed.
No. When you bring it back, what's the reason that you're bringing it back? What is
they
the
don't
reason?
care. They don't care.
Oh, they don't?
As long
okay.
As long as it's a month and it's in the original box, you know.
Wow. All right.
Did you wipe the blood off the drone blades?
Oh, the drone! Oh my god!
There was the drone wouldn't shut off, and he had to like put his body on it. He had to fall on it like a landmine to get the drone to turn off.
And I didn't even end up
using cut his hand. Did you wipe the blood off the drone before you returned it?
I guess they didn't notice it, so we're cool with that. But I, it's like I didn't even end up using the drone footage, but it was really fun to do, you know.
We had to.
Let's look at what's the technique on this? Do I look at the camera?
I'm just looking at all of you all.
Okay.
Yeah, I just look at whoever's talking, but it is weird, right?
Yeah.
Look at the birdie, Max.
And that's
Birdy.
Oh, by the way, that song, that video, you have. Oh man.
Do you have that one? Oh, you were going to play This'll Be the Day.
Well, and you know, we can do a test of I don't have the downloaded version of Look at the Birdie. So I can try it on the YouTubes and see how it goes on the YouTubes. But even if we don't get it completely perfect, it's still fine. So here, I already queued up This'll Be the Day.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about Look at the Birdie here.
Let's see, listeners, watchers out there, if this is worth $200.
Okay, so everybody's going to be weighing in your call to action. Your CTA is
My CTA.
Your CTA is thumbs up, thumbs down, $200, higher, lower, prices right rules. Okay.
We tried so hard. We worked so hard.
It was a difficult birth.
Yes.
Oh, one more thing. The other thing you'll notice in the sky looks really bizarre. It's because it was during the smoke from the wildfires that was made this really weird haze and everything. And so I thought it was going to be bad, but it was actually turned out pretty cool.
Yep.
So you never know.
Cool. Okay, let's take a look here, people.
Smoke from a wildfire, blood on a
Oh.
dog. What the hell's happening?
Blood on the scarecrow. Smoke.
Made that air freshener by hand. We should sell those.
Smell like love and hope.
You can't take off that item.
She split the scene in a hopped up little Chevy. Met down McLean, he was drinking at the levee. She liked his jeans, but his song was getting heavy. He sang, "This'll be the day that I die.
Baby.
This'll be the day that I die." Back on the road, she was humming down to Waco, making good time, calling to her Seiko. But then she swerved so she wouldn't hit a Seiko. She said, "This'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die."
That Seiko line. Oh my gosh.
Good thing she wasn't wearing like a Timex. It'd be hard to rhyme.
It'd be harder. Or a swatch. You'd have to rhyme it with swatch.
We've got that great video of Alex playing those little finger cymbals
Oh my
in
God.
his lap. Remember?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. It's like, well, no,
for
he
the,
went.
for the sound of the watch. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we post, it's on the
EMDR.
if you go to the Flat Five Instagram and that video of Alex, and it was summertime, he's in shorts and he's just so dedicated and he's concentrating so hard and he's just got a tambourine and he's just like I remember JD McPherson like commenting, "This is the best thing I've seen."
Oh, right.
Yeah. He's like so. We do whatever it takes. We do what it takes.
Okay, so let's see here. I don't see any comments. Amortize. Oh, okay. Of course, Tom Ryan, the accountant's going to amortize that $200 over a few years, and it should be okay.
Thank you, Tom.
I don't know if that's a yay or a nay, but we've got let's say great song and video, not a dollar amount. And,
Yeah.
Somebody says they want cheese curds. Well,
Oh.
sorry, but love across borders is not possible right now due to COVID and people being silly. So, but hey Ralph, thank you. So
yeah, cheese curd.
Oh, and Tom talks about the Star Wars lyrics. That was our inspiration to have it like coming towards you and
of course.
Yeah.
Hogan picked that font too. That kind of put the
racing fonts.
Started the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a buck to it. That's what we
Thanks.
got.
We'll take it.
So
Oh,
it's
280.
Up 280. $1 and what is it? 1,000? 280.
I'm gonna say I say that's $1 million. I say that's $1,280,000 in my dollars.
That's how I'm interpreting it.
it's
Yeah, 100%.
$3.80.
$1.80.
Yeah, $1.82. What can you get for
A
$1?
cup of coffee.
It sounds very South Side, Casey. You tell us. You interpret it for us.
$1.280.
Buck 280.
It's worth $1.280. Yeah, a couple of 2-3 of them, and just tell them Jabbos to leave us alone. We're putting in some conduit, a couple accordion doors. We'll be all right.
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord.
Where,
I don't know what
I
happened.
love that.
doors. Like, where is it an appropriate spot to put an accordion door? I feel like it's not appropriate always to have an accordion door someplace.
In your trailer.
Yes. Accordion doors, no.
Okay.
that just makes me, that always reminds me of that country song about, I'm gonna hire a wino to decorate
Yeah.
our home. So, anyway.
So yeah, we'll talk about look at the birdie. Who wants to talk about look at the birdie?
Wow.
Scott,
That's
Scott
yeah,
Ligon
right?
and
Yeah.
Sharon Rutledge are the geniuses behind Look at the Birdie. He's
Well, I blame the whole thing on
COVID.
marijuana.
again.
Plenty of it.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. My wife and I, Sharon does some animating and among other things, and
He's a great artist.
thank you. And I don't know, we were just sitting up one night, getting loaded, and we were just had this idea of, well, let's animate the birdie. Who is he and what is he? What's he doing? And so we just started making drawings, both of us. And actually, we had a design that we really liked a lot. Like, this looks really good. This sounds like, and we were really, happy about it. Sharon worked on it for quite a while. And the more I was looking at it, I was like, this looks just like The Simpsons. I mean, we had created a Simpsons bird, is what we had done, and we did
round eyeballs.
big round eyeballs.
Mhm.
And I mean, I wish I could just put it on the screen right now, but yeah.
Well,
And
we're
Yeah.
and then so we kind of started going back to some other drawings and we found this little sketch that I had done really quick. It probably took about 5 seconds, and we started just staring at this little guy that I had sketched, and we were really laughing about it. Like, this kid, there's something really great about this little guy. And I said, do you think you could actually animate him, like actually, bring him to life? And so that's what she did over the next couple of weeks. We just spent an awful lot of time bringing this little stick drawing that I had done to life. And then it was the problem of, well, what's he doing? Where is he? And so we decided, do you have the picture, Kelly?
I'm trying.
yeah.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I'm about to I can play it too.
Do you have the stick drawing?
No, I don't. I don't have it on my phone. But like,
But
when
anyway,
I sent you guys that letter, and I tried to draw him on the envelope and stuff. He's just so alive. The original is so alive.
And so we decided, well, where does this guy live? And so we just decided, well, let's buy some Sears catalogs, since the song is about, the Sears photo studio, and being a photographer, it's the Sears photo studio, and trying to get 2-year-olds to smile and sit still for a picture and stop crying.
What a nightmare job.
Yeah, it's a tough job, man. Thankless job too.
Speaking of marijuana,
Chris,
Yeah.
had that job, right?
What's that?
Didn't Chris used to do that?
I don't think he did it. I think maybe I imagined that he did it, or he imagined that he did it, or I'm not sure. But
Me.
But anyway, so we just bought some Sears catalogs, and there's an awful lot of artwork in that animation that are the pages right out of a Sears catalog.
so good. Oh my God.
We're going to show, and I have to say real quick before I throw this out, I was at a JCPenney recently. There is still JCPenney. It still exists at Golf Mill. Mm-hmm. And there was a family that was waiting to go into the portrait studio.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it was so, and I look at the Birdie was just playing in my head, and but it was different, because they're all wearing masks. They're all masked up and ready to go. And then you could see the photo studio off to the side, and then they only would take their masks off for taking the photos. But can you imagine not only having to wrangle the kids, but then having to wrangle the kids with the masks and all the stuff?
Wow.
But I thought to myself, that is the power of the photo studio. That's the power. You still have to go to Sears or Penny's to get your photos done, right?
That's amazing.
I am smiling.
Let's see if this here works. Let's give it a try. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I have to do Chrome tab and share audio. Bum, 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 behind the scenes. Okay, here we go. Let's try it.
Yay!
Give me a smile.
There he is.
There he is.
Your mommy's gone for a while. Now say cheese. Pretty please. Look at the birdie. Look at the birdie. Welcome to Sears. You really got you some ears. Now say cheese. Pretty please. Look at the candy.
Oh man, look at that.
Smile.
It's delicious.
Look at the
Like you go to
money.
your grandma's house and you go
Look
to
at the
pull a
money.
piece, pull the whole rod out of the candy
How's
jar.
about I honk your little nose?
Little boys love playing candy.
Here comes your mommy. Here comes your mommy. Now look at your smile.
Great sax on there too. Who's on
You
sax?
are a beautiful child.
Oh,
Now
that's
say
Jonathan Doyle
cheese.
on saxophone.
Oh my gosh. It's so great. It is so great.
Yeah, that's Jonathan Doyle on tenor sax. He's so good.
I do hope y'all have you're gonna have a Flat 5 T-shirt with the birdie.
Oh,
Flat 5.
one day when we have some Flat 5 merch again.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we play some shows again. It'll be great.
It'll happen. It'll happen, right?
Uh-oh, you are a robot.
You're a robot sound, Mimi.
You are a robot right
I
now.
went robot.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
sound is like a robot right now.
Like a Cylon Raider.
Yeah.
Different than before.
You're like the car from Knight Rider.
Yes, you are, Kit. It's kind of cool.
It's still that way.
Yes. It's
Oh my god, YouTube totally screwed me. Let's
Yeah,
see.
it's really annoying.
I think it's kind of sexy.
We don't need her. We don't need her.
How about now?
No.
Sailor.
Still there. Thank you to everybody who's commenting. We see your comments over here. Nice jazzy vocal by Casey. Thank you, Bill. And then Jay, our friend Jay, and this dark isn't nearly as dark as some have interpreted it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
don't even want to bring up that review.
I'm not going to even bring it up, but I'm
Yeah,
just going to
either.
say
That was where the hell. That says more about the guy than the.
I know. It's his
Totally.
hang up.
totes.
She's gone.
Uh-oh.
Good.
She's going to reach.
Guys are running the asylum.
Mimi. It's Mimi's Global Cafe.
Casey, you're in charge. What do we do?
Yeah, Casey, what do we
Okay.
do?
Well, Mimi couldn't make it tonight, so I'd like to thank the Academy.
I was hoping that if I left the studio and came back, that it would be
It
fixed.
worked.
It worked.
It is fixed.
I thought they rehired Alex on drums.
Yeah.
We were wrong. We were too hasty. Alex, come back.
Alex, come back. Yeah, I was hoping that would work, and I didn't even want to. I thought nobody will notice. Nobody's going to notice. I'm just going to quick do like an Irish exit and then show back up.
Yeah.
Hey, so I have a question. Do you know who is who on this album cover? Like, did you pick out who is what bug?
It's the world. It's another world. We're on the back.
I don't think it's us.
Yeah, we're on the back. Like show
Does
the
this-
back.
Doesn't somebody want to be a caterpillar or like a lovely little moth or a beetle or a
If you
snail?
say so,
I want to be like
Yeah.
in there like a fly. Whatever's the lowest, that's me. But look, show the back.
Plug.
And
Show
there's
show
six
the-
of it.
yeah,
There's
see, there-
six
there
of them
we
there
are.
too. So
our friend Laura Park, who's amazing, formerly Chicago, now lives in France, in France. And there's Scott just chilling on the dandelion, and Alex, and she's always just channeled us so well. And yeah, there we are, floating to another world on a dandelion seed. So
it's an amazing illustration. I mean, incredible.
Yeah, she's.
I'm reaching for my hot sauce.
Yep.
I think it's
For his hot sauce.
You keep that in a holster.
Shut up, Rick. Shut up, Rick. That's not true. We totally carried the show while she was gone.
Oh, I'm sure you carried it. I'm sure it got even better. The ratings went up when Mimi left the room. The ratings skyrocketed.
Rick was that guy who took names when the teacher left the room of people who were talking.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, Rick the snitch.
Although, man,
He was a
Rick
snitch.
was one of the main, like, he participated when we did the Look at the Birdy challenge. When we did the Look at the Birdy video, we asked people to send videos. In fact, I think his profile picture that he's showing right now is from the Look at the Birdy challenge.
Oh, right.
We asked people to send their Olin Mills Sears Portrait Studio nightmare photos, and it was so sweet, and it was such a really nice thing for everybody to do. And
Rick's got it going on,
come
man.
together, yeah.
Well, that actually reminds me, so you've done such a great job of trying to keep in contact with the fans. Talk about your fans for a minute. Let's talk about the fans and how much you love them and how you miss them and, all that kind of stuff. Let's get gooey.
We miss them so much.
I
They've
never really
become our
cared for
friends,
them that much.
Oh, you stop.
Just never really cared for the fans.
This has been insane. I mean, it's been insane. So, I mean, you other dudes have played shows, and I haven't played a show since we played Milwaukee on February 28th. So
that was fun.
We sold out Milwaukee. We worked really hard.
I figured out Milwaukee.
Yeah, it was a good show.
So a long time ago now.
Yeah, a long time ago. But we miss you guys. We love you guys.
We know that our fans are standing by and will be there for us when we come back. We're all waiting to get back together.
Because our live shows,
is that still on there?
I mean, I love our records and I love making our records, but our live shows are like, that's juice. That's the juice.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I mean, right before the Iron Door closed, we were all like, let's put this song in the live set. We're always sending each other emails of like, here's this great song. Let's put this in the live set. And it's just, different challenges, different things. And so maybe we'll see what happens.
Katrina said that you were one of the last shows she saw.
Yeah, that was February 21st. I remember that one too.
Yep. Another good one.
Thanks, Katrina.
We'll be back.
Who's got any questions? I'm a Capricorn. My favorite animal is probably dogs, and
what do you mean probably?
Shut up. I'm adopting a cat on Saturday.
Don't tell Ernie.
Have you told the boys yet?
They're gonna be
she told us yesterday.
So pissed, but it's gonna be great. He's a little feral, shy guy. Needs a home. So yeah.
So would you call it like a COVID cat adoption, or would you have adopted this cat regardless?
Well, it's because I'm home. Yeah, COVID, because I haven't. This is the longest. The other day I was changing my sheets and I lifted up my dust ruffle to get the sheet out, and I saw my suitcase that I put under there for the first time ever. I haven't put my suitcase away since 2006, March 2006, when the Nico case stuff really heated up, and I lifted up my dust ruffle to get the sheet off, and I was like, "Hey, little buddy," he's been under there, and so So yeah, it's weird for me I'm almost running out of little shampoos. If I have to buy a full size shampoo, then yeah. But I just thought I'm home all the time, and let me help an animal. So yeah.
You know, you can still get the travel size stuff at the drugstore to protect you on the road.
Believe me, well, also COVID in Wisconsin is so ridiculous that everything has to get shipped to me. So we'll see. We'll see.
Nobody wears masks, not even at the grocery stores or
at the grocery stores because they require it. But I mean, when I go through my little town, we have 1, 2, 3 bars, the bowling alley, and people are in the bars because the lockdown I remember the lockdown March, it was St. Patrick's Day, because I remember seeing this guy like in shorts and a leprechaun top hat, like knocking on the door. That was when the governor like did the lockdown. He's like, hey, and they shut it down. But then, then the Republican Supreme Court reversed it a couple weeks later. And ever since then, Wisconsin's playing it fast and loose. So
that's not a big bar day anyway. So
I remember seeing that guy in like shorts. It's like March 17th in Wisconsin. So people were like, it's not cold. Shorts and like a leprechaun hat, like knocking on the window of the bar. I remember that. So anyway.
Well, here's another another related question about a hibernation suit.
Yeah. Wait, what are you asking me, Rick? My hibernation suit. I mean, I bought my friend Linda Berry. She's been teaching her class. I'm actually using her computer. This is where she teaches her U of W, University of Wisconsin class. And I like things a lot colder than she does. So she showed up one day in this giant Snuggie. She looked like some weird Inuit lady, like showing up. And then I was like, ooh, I want one. So I bought one, and you can buy it. It's like a weird, giant, oversized, crazy Snuggie hoodie thing. So I don't know what you're asking about my hibernation suit, but yeah, I've been wearing my crazy Snuggie.
Isn't it called Arthur?
Now I'm wearing my Linda Berry Marlis hoodie, but yeah,
that's what I think. I think you nailed it. I think Rick's question has been answered.
The crazy Snuggie, and you can. I highly recommend it because it's like I bought the same one Linda had, which is like thigh length, and it's an oversized hoodie. Like there's a party in my hoodie, everybody's invited. But then I bought a floor length one, and it's like wearing pudding. I recommend it, especially to people. I live my house was built in 1910, I think, just as a deer cabin. So a deer camp cabin. There's not a lot of insulation. If you live in a house with drafts, get yourself a giant
Snuggie.
Yeah. So.
Well, we do have a question from our audience members here. I think we should go around, and everybody needs to say like the song that they really wish everybody would play, but they know the band will never play.
Oh man. We're pretty open.
Yeah, I don't know if I have one. I'd like to bring back Strange Magic by ELO. We had fun figuring that one out. We did it once at Space, and then we never did it again. And but it's also fine, kept where it was, and when it happened, it was kind of a little strange magic that we pulled it off, kind of on a whim.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I'd be into that, and I still like when we did the Dr. Dog song, with that. I really like Dr. Dog, and any sort of Dr. Dog songs we could add because they're harmony geniuses as well.
I suggested a Moondog song once that got vetoed.
I love Moondog. Bring it.
Enough about human rights. That's the name of the song.
Ring those Christmas bells.
What about slug rights? What about snail rights? What about moth rights?
That's what they're marching for. They are marching for their rights.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely.
And for the record,
It was a little militant.
There are six creatures on the front there. So I don't think they're necessarily supposed to be any of us. Like,
I don't think they're us.
They're protesting. They're protesting salt, is what they're doing.
there
Yeah.
you go.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
off to the
Salt,
mines.
no beer, no salt.
There are actually 8. I just counted 8.
There's
Casey.
even more. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking, what is our favorite Harry Nilsson song? Is it
yeah.
possible to decide?
You got a half an hour.
Yeah, I know, all day long. I mean, we got to do the point that time, like the whole thing. That was
pre Flat Five. That's kind of that's kind of what almost formed the band, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had done a couple of parties, but we didn't have a name yet.
Yeah.
I think.
The bridge on Me and My Arrow is just.
Yeah.
It goes to another song, and it makes total perfect sense. It's unbelievable.
Yep. No, it's just so amazing.
We did that the whole, the entire album and with the narration and everything, and puppets by someone.
It was Paul Von Merton's wife, Cynthia.
Cynthia, that's right.
And Donna Folks.
Donna Folks, right? And Robbie Folks was involved.
Bridget Murphy directed.
And they almost shut us down right before we went on. Remember the Nilsson estate.
The Nilsson estate, yeah.
Heard about it.
Yeah.
Said, what the hell's going on here?
That was the best rehearsed 22 minutes of music I've ever
He's
been
been dead
involved.
for 15 years.
Right. Well, and they were trying to get approval the whole time. It wasn't like we were trying to, we got a baseball question.
I hope not.
But yeah, I don't know. It's impossible to
Okay.
Harry Nilsson.
Answer this really quick. Can you just answer it?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No.
No, that's right. The correct
Stephen,
answer
you got
is
your
the
question
1969
answered.
Cubs, my friend.
No,
That's
Stephen
right.
Kalin. Max does not think the 2020 Dodgers are the. What about slugs rights?
Yes.
Anybody
Yes,
else
yes.
got any questions?
Anybody else have any questions? And I would like to ask, like, another question that I have is, how has this year impacted y'all creatively? Like, what has been the creative impact of the insanity of this year?
I don't have enough camera space to show both of my.
That's your answer?
That's it.
Is that your
That's my
answer?
answer. Yeah.
Well, there's been a lot of,
We've had to pivot away from Flat 5 stuff anyway.
Yeah.
well, except other
videos.
than releasing an album and making 3 videos.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. I mean, like Scott, you said in a recent email, like this is the most, hey, we've never done 1 video, let alone 3. And so we've really, and to do that in COVID times has been ridiculous. I mean, Max will attest, like me and Max got tested so he could come up and, and then we still would mask and I have pictures of poor Max, in a mask hanging his head out the window of my car, trying to, film stuff and do things. And so.
And, Casey and I play in NRBQ, and Terry Adams in this downtime was able to put out 2 albums, going into the vaults. And, it was able to put out 2 albums and that just came out a couple weeks ago. Everything's kind of coming out all at the same time. Chris Ligon has a new album out. He's literally getting his CDs back tomorrow.
Where can you get those? Did you set him up with a Bandcamp page?
Yes, but we're discussing whether that's the right thing or not. I think the problem with Bandcamp is that you can listen to the songs. You can listen to the whole album 3 times without paying for it.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the Bandcamp format.
Right.
If it were clips, 30-second clips, I'm not sure. So there's some discussion about whether that's the best way forward for Chris or not. But his albums recently have been available on the Bloodshot website. Chris is one of Bloodshot's drinking buddies.
Yeah.
And so we're hoping that they'll probably go up on that, and that maybe that that maybe Pravda will do a link to Chris's new album wherever we decide that it's going to wind up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Rami stuff.
And yeah, and you know that's you know, we've been doing that as well. You know, Casey and I
don't just reference the Rami stuff without explaining it. So
Yeah, because otherwise people might think you're talking about Ram. When I hear Rami, I think Ram.
Right, Rahm
Probably not the
Emanuel.
right Ram.
Oh,
Yeah.
should I have not said anything? Oh, sorry.
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
talk
you know,
about the Rami.
well,
Explain
that's
Rami,
that's
if
just
you
another.
can.
That's a project that was just sort of a surprise thing that Casey and Alex and I got involved with a guy named Rami Gabriel here, a local guy in Chicago who's a friend of Alex's. They've known one another for a long time. And one day he asked Casey and I, he said, "Hey, would you guys, I'd like to make a country soul record with you guys." And we were like, okay, whatever.
Sure.
Let us know when the date is. And so we booked a date, and about, you know, the day before we were supposed to meet in the studio to start recording with this guy, we got an email from him that said, "So when you guys record, how do you handle the lyrics?" And I couldn't even figure out how to respond, so I just didn't. And I thought, man, I better listen to these demos. And so I listened to the demos, and then I realized, oh, wait a minute. We're singing his songs. We're not just like musicians on a session playing some piano or some organ or trumpet or whatever. We're the guys. We're like, we got to deliver these songs.
Mm-hmm.
And at first that was just a terrifying idea. And the first day we got in there, as soon as we started doing this, we all realized this is going to be so much fun. Because Rami is a very unself-conscious songwriter. He just writes songs, and they just keep coming. And we've done 4 albums with the guy in the last 3 years, and it's all stuff that nobody's really heard. I mean, just a handful of friends have heard some of it. You know, it's such a weird.
Night in.
Let the night in all goddamn day.
All goddamn day.
That's the best.
Anyway, but he does have 3 albums that are available on Bandcamp right now. Rami and the Reliables on Bandcamp. And and we just finished our 4th record with him. So we've continued doing sessions with masks on. It's weird. And when a guy does a vocal, everybody goes in the control room, and the guy out there.
I was wondering how you guys work that out at the studio. Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, I mean, that's how we're doing it. I mean, everybody just keeps masks on until it's time to be singing. And when we're singing, we're not, Casey and I aren't singing on the same mic anymore. So.
Right, 'cause, I mean, that's what we do a lot with Flat 5. We sing on the same mic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
well, that's what I remember back in like the spring, we were all, because we started Zooming every week, whether we needed to or not, just for fellowship. And I remember Nora were like, nobody's ever sharing a mic ever again, which is
right.
That's what we wanted to do. That's what you want to do for harmony. So yeah, it's a weird.
But the thing is that, I mean, I think we all just need to be thankful. This is the best possible time in the entirety of human history to be living through a pandemic.
Right.
Go back 100 years.
Yeah.
It's a totally different thing, you guys.
Just as far as sharing
we're all just sitting around just waiting for our groceries to be delivered, and our case of wine, and our, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, we can actually do this, and so.
As a person who lives in a rural area, nothing delivers here. No.
Sorry.
No, and I'm just saying for other folks, like
pizza.
Nope, nothing. Like I take my trash to the dump. Like it's so for a lot of people, you can't get fresh grocery. Like I can, I can get rice or stuff from Amazon or wherever, but for fresh groceries. So it's like, especially back in the spring, I would try to go every 3 weeks for fresh things. And I'm a Yule Gibbons devotee from the 70s. I ate so many dandelion greens and garlic mustard greens out of my yard.
Yeah.
But, you know, and then it
Hey,
got
how do
good.
you spot Yule Gibbons at the nudist colony?
What?
He's the one with great nuts.
Nah.
Thank you very much.
I'm calling my mom right after this and telling her, because she's the one person that will really super enjoy the joke. But yeah, no, it is. But you're right, Scott. Yeah, just for sharing of information, but then whether people will adhere to it or believe it, you know.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I agree. But just as far as being here,
but we're all going through it. You know, we're all going through it, and everybody's going through it differently. You know, but
keep in mind in 15th century, 16th century Italy, after the plague there, it led to the Renaissance afterwards.
right?
So there's, you know, if we can just get through this, I think there's going to be a blossoming and an awareness that will come from it. You know, I hope.
So much getting it on. Artistic getting on. Oh, JM says, have any of you learned any new tricks from this pandemic time that you will stick with after it is over? What about you? Casey says, what?
I'm keeping the kerchief.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm keeping the kerchief.
I do like that the mask, like I haven't had to pluck my mustache or my beard in a long time. And I mean, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I never thought I liked routine before. And now I've been forced into this routine. I'm kind of thriving a little bit. And that's kind of been a new thing for me, you know, which I'll probably get bored with it again. But for now, that's my trick. Go with the routine. It's like, embrace it a little. So that's what I learned.
It's the rhythm of the song, man. Yeah.
What about Scott? Pointing Brady Bunch style.
Well, I don't know if there's any. I don't know. I can't think of any new tricks. I like I said before, I am extremely thankful, and just very, very, very happy to be where I'm at. I love my wife, and I like where I live, and you know, I'll be ready to get back at it when it's time to do so, and but until then, I'm just trying to enjoy myself as much as I can. I mean, but that's not any different than normal times.
Right. Scott's always my guru of that. Like Scott, and all the Ligon, the whole Ligon family. They're wizard. I don't know.
Well,
kudos to your mom and dad.
Well, I don't know what to say about that.
Well,
I'll pass it off to Casey.
Just accept it. That's what you do. You take it and you just drink it in.
Casey.
Drink it in. And Nora hasn't told us. Nora.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't know. I'm kind of with Max. I've kind of come up with a routine, and it's hard. My husband's a high school teacher, and I have 2 kids who are doing online school. So it's a little crazy, but we all like each other, and we're okay. We're lucky. Everyone's got a little room they can do their thing in, and I can kind of float around. And you know, I fixed up my basement. I took all the rugs from the nice rooms and put it down here in the basement, and I've been recording and learning how to use technology that I probably wouldn't learn if learning how to use GarageBand with a little more finesse than just 3 vocals and an acoustic guitar. So I'm learning a few tricks and trying to see what comes out of me creatively. It's fun.
Yeah. We have another very important question, it sounds like.
Chrysler New Yorker.
Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am, black with silver eagle on the hood.
I missed that, Kelly.
Oh, the ideal car to drive to Waco in, to me, it's probably still in my diary, my Pink Holly Hobby diary, that my favorite ideal car would be the black Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am with silver eagle on the hood. I mean, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, come on. Blast packs.
I'm thinking probably some kind of beat up pickup truck.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Who the hell wants to go to Waco?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know what? I'd go anywhere right now just to go somewhere. I miss going somewhere. You
Yeah.
I
guys.
know.
I would go somewhere. I would go anywhere. Sugar
Nora and I
cakes.
played it.
Oh,
What's that?
oh.
Say what?
Bill wants to know where.
Go ahead, Casey.
I was going to say Nora and I played a show at the Virtue Cider Farm in Michigan about a month ago, and yeah, that was the first time I'd driven more than 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I forgot how to drive.
You know, yeah.
It is a weird thing, right? Like, yeah. But
That was fun, Casey. It's nice out
That
there.
was.
That's a really nice place. That's a really nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Are
Yeah.
you guys playing any more shows before it gets cold?
I think that
Unless there's
the only
a
thing.
super warm day.
The only thing I'm aware of is I think the Western Elstons are going to do at Fitzgerald's. I think they're going to do this thing called the 12 Streams of Christmas,
Act
And-
surprised.
and we're going to do one of those, whatever that may be.
Inside.
I think inside it'll just be us.
Is it live streaming?
I think it will be. I think
and
it will
is there
be.
No audience, but just you
No
guys?
audience, just us. Yeah.
That sounds nice.
So that'll be interesting. That might be very weird. I haven't done a live stream, other than this. But the music thing is weird. Just you play a song and
Yeah.
To-
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
No, remember you guys? Remember when we zoomed in March and we were like, "Yeah, we can just do this and we'll sing," and we were like, and we're like, "No, we can't. It doesn't work." So, yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't work. And
Well-
harmony is a physical. It's in the air.
Vibration.
Yeah.
You can lean on it. You can't do it like this. You can, like the acapella app and all that stuff, but you can't. It's not the same.
Yeah.
So we
kind of feel like everybody's just sort of getting ready to hunker down for a while. I think we're all sort of in that.
Yeah.
And just try to get through these cold months and get to the spring and maybe this vaccine will work.
Mm-hmm.
Drink the bleach. I'm gonna work on a Christmas bleach cocktail, and we'll see.
Christmas bleach.
Christmas
Yeah.
bleach is here.
Happy Santa. We'll go
Yeah.
later. Anyway, we digress. We far digress. I don't think anybody asked us any questions we can't answer.
No, I think we covered
The
all the
last
questions.
chance, everybody. Last chance.
This is last chance. This is last call. I'm
Last
putting
call.
it out there. I'm putting it out there. Last call. And then I think while we're last call for questions, people. I'm putting it out there. So while we're wrapping up, waiting for these last call questions,
I'll have a margarita.
what are you hopeful about? Either what are you
Extra
grateful
salt.
for right now, or what are you hopeful about? Grateful, hopeful. That's a question.
Anyone?
I'm
Well-
grateful that
I'm hopeful. I'm pretty hopeful about these vaccines that are going to come. I'm pretty hopeful that this virus isn't going to mutate. And it seems to, from what I'm hearing and reading, that this is not forever. There is an end zone, and
Definitely.
it'll be different. And I'm hopeful that next summer we can at least start playing outside if we want to. I've seen it happen, and it has been pretty successful this summer, knock wood. So I'm hopeful that we can at least play outside next summer, and we'll get back together somewhere next year. But yeah, I'm grateful to have a roof over my head to hunker down this winter.
Yep.
Casey, what were you going to say?
Oh, I'm grateful that my family and my friends have thus far made it okay through all of this, and that the wolf isn't quite at the door, although it sounds like the dishwasher might be.
I was wondering what that noise was. I like it. I'm starving. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. And yeah, the chains, we've moved the chains, hopefully, further down the field. And I think we moved the chains quite a bit last week. So
nice. Yeah, for sure. What about you, Max?
Sorry.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Well, I was just going to talk about if you don't think that history repeats itself, or at least rhymes, you need to go read this book I just finished. It's called The Great Influenza. It's by a guy named John M. Barry. He's a professor at Tulane, and it's a history of the the great pandemic of 1918.
18, yeah.
Not 17, Trump, whatever. Okay, so and it's like it is astounding. Like towards the end, you're reading like, yeah, the same stuff going on, the same exact thing, which makes me hopeful because we've been through it before,
right.
You know, and it's like. Hopeful that the scientists will be in charge soon and that we can at least get a handle on this.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm hopeful of, and I'm grateful for being able to like look back on that and say like, okay, it's happened before and it's you know.
Hey Max, what was the title of that again? I'll type it here into the comments.
It's called The Great Influenza.
And it was John M. Barry?
John M. Barry. And it was out way before this pandemic, and it predicts everything that's going on. I think it was after Ebola, around Ebola and SARS had already happened. But it's just, and it's in paperback. It's not expensive or anything. It's just, you know, that I just blew me away. Yeah.
No, I have this friend of mine who cleaned my gutters today, and I still have my Biden sign on the lawn. He's like, Biden, do you think he's going to shut the country down? I'm a Trump guy. And I was just like, you know, what do you think about the virus? And is it a hoax? I was like, no, this is real. This has happened before. I was like 1918 and even before this happened, they were talking about the pandemic and Ebola, and it's just, it's science, man. You just have to get a handle on it. And
science doesn't care what you believe.
Exactly. Well, I was just saying, like, even with AIDS, and it took a while for people to get a handle on that, you know, it's not a hoax. It's just, that's just going to happen, especially the more the world moves around and everybody, you know, moves to different places so quickly all the time. So, but yeah, I agree.
We'll definitely be on the other side of this at some point and be looking back going, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
Yeah.
You know?
And I think about the joy that's going to be at live shows when that happens. When people say, oh my God, it's an explosion of joy.
Yeah, that's my gutter cleaner today. He's like, yeah, I took my son to see Iron Maiden back, you know, right before the shutdown. I'm like, do you think that's going to happen again? And I was like, I pray for it. I pray for the flesh casserole where we're all smushed up against each other.
Yeah.
Because that's what a live show is about, is that kind of just organism. You know what I mean? Like that we're all one. I mean, definitely until we can, the separate thing where everybody's separate and we can hear music coming at us, you know, like vibrations, the live, because it's different. It's different. It needs to, live music it's organic, and yeah, we'll take it. But until we can have the flesh casserole, yeah. Anyway, sorry. I get excited.
I'm hopeful for.
Amen, girl. Amen.
Well, I think we're about. Does anybody have any final words? Do you want to all sign off with a word?
When does it come out again?
It comes out tomorrow, Friday the 13th. But you can get it already. You know, you just go to the Pravda page, and it's right on the homepage. I didn't even put like the specific links. It's right on the homepage. But it's a thing of beauty. Just hang out on the sofa with your dogs and your cats and your children and your feet. Like, just put your feet up and Have your own flesh casserole.
It's gonna be vinyl and everything from Pravda.
What?
Yes.
It's gonna be on vinyl.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And probably in your local record store at your Squeeze Box or your Lori's Planet of Sound, or
You can get them at.
Dallas Howard.
I was doing a whole tour, Max, yesterday and today. Kenny and I were out like driving around, going to Lori's. We went to Rattleback. We went to Rediscover. We went to Dave's Records. We went to Oak Park Records. We were all over the place. Shoulda.
What happened to Hogan?
I don't know.
Hogan is
Hogan has finally turned into a dog.
Her dog.
her dog took over the camera. Oh, she dropped out, but let's see. She'll probably drop back for one more piece of love.
Well, thanks for doing this, Mimi.
I mean,
God.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to like reach through and hug and grab and Max knows about my grabbing.
Oh my God, the best hugger in the world. That's where you are for me.
Aw.
All right.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Where's Hogan?
I know. I kind of want to. It's kind of weird when somebody drops off for a minute. Oh, practice piece. I love that, Casey.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Anna.
I have
Thanks,
nothing to
John.
hold.
Hi, Rachel. Hi, Annie.
I
Yeah,
have
Tom,
nothing.
Anna Marie,
Yes.
everybody. Oh, this was so
Hi,
lovely.
Tom.
I'm kind of stalling a little bit to see if she comes back, just so it's not like awkward.
Right.
You know, like she. What if she comes back and then none of us are here in the
And
room?
we're all gone. Yeah.
We're all gone, and she's like, "Oh my God, they dissed me."
There's just
you
the
know?
bartender who doesn't care. And,
Hey, here's something. I don't know if you guys have Scott in the middle top row. Is that where he is?
yeah.
Yeah.
And in the background, there's this like leaf behind him. It looks like the Arby's hat. And I kept thinking that if he put his head up where the leaves are, he'd be like Pharrell or something. Like, just go over that way a little bit.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There you go. These are the things that cross my mind. Or
I
y'all
love it. I
laughing.
love it. And I don't think that Kelly's coming back today. I think the dog took over Linda's computer. That's the other thing. It's not her computer. It's Linda's computer. So if there was a big,
Oh, that's
mess
right.
up, you know, she needs tech support probably. But
She
anyhow,
did the Irish goodbye.
she did the Irish goodbye. And now we'll all do the flat five goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks,
Bye,
Amy.
Best
everybody.
of luck. Best band in the world.
Good to see you all.
Thanks, guys.
Good to
Bye,
see
Nora.
everybody.